This could be a rivalry for the age. Finished quite superbly by Sadio Mane. Aguero shot. Oh, it's magnificent! That is a wonder strike from Mo Salah. Oh my goodness me! This is truly Manchester City's time.
Hello there and welcome to Wembley Stadium, and what better way to set up the start of the new Premier League season than a game involving the two best sides from the last season. Premier League champions and FA Cup winners Manchester City up against a side they narrowly beat to the title in Liverpool. This is the first time they've met for this trophy. To your commentators, Kevin Kilban and Kai Mowbray.
It is the 97th playing of the contest that gets the big winners of the last season into their new campaigns. And this also marks the start of the FA's campaign to highlight awareness of the importance of mental health, just as important to all as keeping physically fit. Heads Up is the official FA charity this season, and that's a drive led by chairman, the Duke of Cambridge. For so many years, of course, this fixture was known as the Charity Shield. Well, for the Premier League runners-up and European champions, it's Alisson behind what would be considered the first-choice back four. Then a midfield of captain Jordan Henderson, Fabinho and Gini Wijnaldum. And up there with Mo Salah and Roberto Firmino, it's a start for Divock Origi. Sadio Mane has been given extra leave following the Africa Cup of Nations. Now the treble winners, quadruple, including this Community Shield last year. Claudio Bravo is back, having missed the whole of that record-breaking season with an Achilles injury. John Stones and Nicolas Otamendi pair up in central defence. Aymeric Laporte is out with a minor knock. New signing Rodri from Atletico Madrid. He'll play the Fernandinho holding role. And Raheem Sterling is in the middle of the front three. Sergio Aguero and Gabriel Jesus are substitutes. Strong sides named by Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola. Martin Atkinson has the honour of refereeing the game. The second time that he's taken charge of the Shield. And only the second referee to achieve that. George Courtney, the last, 1979 and 1990. And it might seem like only a heartbeat since the FA Cup final was played here. Merely a blink since Liverpool won the Champions League. And yet for all that, it seemed a long wait. It's good to be back and great to be kicking off the new season in Premier League terms with the two who were so far ahead of the rest last season, Kevin Kilburn.
It is, it's great to be back. It's great to see the two sides last season leading the way, playing such great football throughout as well. Can they maintain that type of performance of this season now? We'll soon to find out.
Joe Gomez dispossessed by Raheem Sterling, who looked very sharp there. And there's a chance for Sane. The angle just narrowed on him. A breath of relief taken by Gomez.
Yeah, taking a risk. High press coming in from Manchester City, good pressure, particularly from Sterling, catching Joe Gomez out. Probably just wanted it a little bit in front of him there, Leroy Sané, so he could have gone on and hit the strike first time.
You will notice a difference to Manchester City's shirts today. These won't be the shirts they'll be wearing in the Premier League this season. These are their one-off 125th anniversary shirts. Very smart they are too.
Good pressure there from Liverpool's midfield and forward line.
Origi. Nicely taken by Firmino. Firmino! Very nice indeed. Straight at Claudio Bravo, but the takedown was the most impressive part of that.
Yeah, very, very impressive. Sometimes you get pulled up for dangerous play with a high foot, certainly not in my mind there. Then the awareness and the skill to get it away from Otamendi on his weaker left foot. Lovely strike. Unfortunate for him, straight at Claudio Bravo.
City looking to defend the Community Shield. This is Liverpool's first appearance for 13 years since beating Chelsea in Cardiff. Firmino does brilliantly. Salah doesn't do quite so well. Golden chance for him. Wow, has Roberto Firmino started this afternoon well?
Yeah, Klopp applauding it. Again, it's the high press. And once that ball arrives at Mo Salah's feet, he does think he's got to play it back across Claudio Bravo into the opposite corner. Bad mistake from Salah, great chance for Liverpool.
I think he would reckon once the season is in full flow on Salah putting those away 9 times out of 10. Salah has been impeded by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And maybe fell awkwardly too, and they'll be having a look at that with concern, not just in Manchester, but in Munich too, maybe.
Yeah, there was a hand on Sané's shoulder. He was actually quite clever as well, because he actually checked his run. Trent Alexander-Arnold couldn't do a thing but to put the hand on Sané's back. Yeah, fell awkwardly there, hasn't he? This is a worry for Manchester City.
Let's hope that that is not.
And that's because you're not
a
quite
severe
right.
one.
Not quite right, not quite up to speed, not quite fully fit.
City down to 10 temporarily. Walker across, nodded back to David Silva. Here's Sterling! And Sterling scores! And Sterling scores against Liverpool for the first time since he left them. It was 10 against 11 for the set piece, and the 10 men came good.
They just switch off. Liverpool totally switch off. Looking here initially, no offside. And it's David Silva, lovely touch from Silva, just playing it into Raheem Sterling, straight at Alisson. He just can't sort his feet out into the ground. It's a well-worked goal for Manchester City.
He's already scored 4 times in Manchester City's warm-up games before today, and now he has another goal at Wembley, and it's Liverpool 0, Manchester City 1. Van Dijk to Jordan Henderson. Salah managed to shrug off Zinchenko. Couldn't find a way through Claudio Bravo, and in fact it's a goal kick, is it?
Great little bit of strength initially to get away from Zinchenko, and then the second time as well. It was. Tries to go near post, tries to deceive Claudio Bravo. Big chance, 2 big chances now for Mo Salah in this game.
Stones. Claudio Bravo out to Zinchenko. Benjamin Mendy still not fully fit. Zinchenko looks as though he's going to start the season as first choice left back. Is that enough for Manchester City? Is he a left back now?
Well, that's where he's been seen last season, hasn't he? Cancelo at Juventus, heavily linked with Manchester City as well.
He can play either side.
Yeah.
Claudio Bravo's looking for Gabriel Jesus, and he'll find him too. Sterling waits. Sterling darts now. Jesus, De Bruyne, what a pass that was. And there's Sterling. And that's a good save by Alisson, smartly down. Oh, City are ticking here.
That's lovely football. Kevin De Bruyne again just couldn't get his first touch right. You don't say that too often. Couldn't get it from under his feet to get the strike away. Great chance for Sterling. I should give a lot of credit to Alisson because he stood, he waited for Raheem Sterling, didn't want to go down too early.
Constant messages, no matter how hard he has to get his voice thrown across to the far side of the field.
And I think the messages as well, they say try and out wide, switch the play or get your fullbacks into the game quickly.
De Bruyne found by Bernardo Silva. Came off Gomez, who got back really well. That looked as though the pullback was on for Jesus. Now the counter-attack is on for Liverpool. Robertson, Origi, Fabinho is gently trotting down the middle. Unmarked as of yet. Origi. Stones with the header. Not decisive. Zinchenko. Not clinical Salah.
Well, he didn't want it on his right foot, did he? Weak header from Zinchenko. Looked a very important touch initially from Otamendi. Good touch from Mo Salah again. As I was saying before, he's looked sharp. Didn't really want to take the shot on his right foot, as I was saying. De Bruyne, we've seen that movement from him and Silva. Direct running from deep in behind Liverpool's defence. They've struggled.
Well, here we're seeing one of the new tweaks to the laws this season, in that goal kicks don't have to leave the area. Opposing players must start outside the area, but then they can press once the ball's in motion. It makes for quite a few entertaining little passages of play.
Yeah.
And we've already seen some teams try to circumvent the rules in pre-season games. Goalkeepers chipping it up onto the heads of defenders to be nodded back into their arms, which technically is not allowed.
Saw that.
You'd never have indulged in such skullduggery.
Any edge, isn't it? Any edge, and we'll find a way to try and beat the system.
Stones, De Bruyne offside. And Dan Cook must have been absolutely sure.
Well, I've seen, as I said before, De Bruyne's movements causing Liverpool problems. Just set off.
What a good decision.
Yeah, split second too soon, but you're right, yeah. Brilliant decision from the assistant referee.
And I think that's where, in a UEFA competition, once the Champions League and Europa League starts, I think the assistants in that instance will be encouraged to let the game go, let the ball go in the net, and then it'll be ruled out.
Yeah.
I don't know, I like the old ways like that better. Old man.
But that's right, though. Yeah, it could be pulled back otherwise, but that is the correct decision. He sees it, it's clearly offside, gives it, brilliant.
Now, City are unhappy that play wasn't stopped sooner than this. David Silva down and still down. And Pep Guardiola is absolutely steaming angry about that. Who was that volley directed at? It's the challenge rather than Martin Atkinson not stopping play. It's the challenge that City are unhappy with. But to me, it wasn't particularly high from Gomez.
No, he's going for it. Eyes firmly on the ball, isn't it?
They're both together.
Both feet are high.
It wasn't like that.
No. He's just a split second too slow, David Silva. That's what happens.
Good to see that the blood's boiling on day one, though. Could be a rivalry for the ages, this one. We've had them all in the past. Liverpool, Manchester United. I'm talking about non-derbies. United, Arsenal, United, Chelsea, Chelsea, Arsenal. So many great rivalries in the Premier League. This might be the new one at the very pinnacle. Looked it last season. Get all that, Kyle?
It's a lot of gesturing, wasn't it?
It's a lot to take on board in a very short space of time. Now, a yellow card has just been shown to Pep Guardiola. Yellow and red cards can be shown from now on to team officials. And Martin Atkinson has done that, a booking for the Manchester City head coach. I better put a cross in my little scorebook here. A booking for the boss. De Bruyne. I think he's timed his run well, but the pass did just creep out of play before he could get to it.
He actually checked his run as well. I think he thought he was going offside, so he just checked his run ever so slightly when Bernardo Silva played that pass. So he set off initially, clearly onside, then he just checks his run because he knows he's running offside, and that forced the ball to run out of play.
Half-time at Wembley in the 2019 Community Shield. And Pep Guardiola has got a yellow card for his trouble in that first half. He wasn't happy about a Gomez challenge on David Silva. Liverpool won't be happy about the scoreline because they are a goal down, and the goal was scored by Raheem Sterling in the 12th minute. Liverpool's best chances, a couple for Mo Salah, that normally he might have hit the target with at the break. Liverpool 0, Manchester City 1. So it's City who get the second half started, and no changes have been made by either man in charge during the interval. So just the one substitution in the game so far. An early knock for Leroy Sané saw him replaced by Gabriel Jesus. Both sides can make up to 6 changes as this game goes on, so City have 5 left. 7 subs named.
It's quite surprising, no subs made at half-time, but it's getting to this stage of the pre-season stroke into the season. You're looking to trying to get a little bit more than the 45. You're trying to get 60 minutes and beyond into your legs ahead of the new season.
Should Liverpool equalise, or should there be more goals and it finishes 2-2 or 3-3? It is straight to penalties in the Community Shield, no extra time. Standard penalties, incidentally. Team A, Team B, Team A, Team B. The ABBA system seems to have been ditched. Sterling. David Silva got a hold of it, and it flew over the bar.
Well, that's pretty much what happened in the first half. Both defences making errors. This time it's Trent Alexander-Arnold, a loose touch. Silva arriving, just gets his technique wrong, going for probably too much power on it in the end, but good football from City.
Van Dijk. Salah. He's beaten Zinchenko, but played it too far in front of himself. Otamendi was waiting for it.
Yeah, full credit again, staying on his feet when he could have gone over with the challenge from Zinchenko.
Stones. An awkward rising ball, and Otamendi and Rodri jumped in one another's way. It's Robertson to Origi, and I'm not so sure he would have scored with that anyway, but all of the sting was taken off it, and it was very, very simple for Claudio Bravo.
No, I don't think that's going in at all. The only hope really was there for the deflection to deceive Claudio Bravo.
De Bruyne finds David Silva. It's a way through, and the offside flag has stayed down. It's Raheem Sterling, now it's gone up. Sterling's hit the post. Sian Macielis has her flag raised, and Martin Atkinson is happy to let the game go on. Now he won't. That'll be a free kick for Liverpool.
Now, I thought initially that both Jesus and Sterling were offside. So Sterling's the one, he's more advanced than Jesus. But yeah, good decision, great officiating. Very, very good officiating.
Firmino. Origi. Firmino trying to put on the burners. He got there, and he got the touch off a defender. Yeah, Liverpool have the corner. He wasn't happy about a touch on his neck, I don't think, here, Firmino.
Oh, a little coming together there.
He didn't appreciate that, but he's got a corner, not a penalty. Missed by everybody, bar Van Dijk. Claudio Bravo's kept it out. Martin Atkinson doesn't go to his watch. He didn't get the signal that it had crossed. Might be another chance yet for Liverpool. And in rather panicky fashion, De Bruyne hacks it away.
City didn't defend that ball in particularly well at all. Really struggled, didn't get themselves organised.
There's Zinchenko. Henderson. Liverpool on top since half-time. Now they have a free kick. Zinchenko on Firmino. Well, this must have been close.
Good contact from Van Dijk. Full credit to Bravo, getting up off the ground to make the clearance. Very, very good goalkeeping.
And the technology works. Whole of the ball didn't get over the whole of the line. Echoes of the Etihad Stadium at the start of January when John Stones cleared by 1.12 centimetres. Salah shot off the post. Claudio Bravo might have been just closing the gap anyway, but Liverpool are up for this now. They are coming back at City.
We've seen a much better tempo, more desire from Liverpool in the second half. Mo Salah's having a real influence on this game. That's just magnificent. Great feat. Gets away from David Silva. I think Bravo may have saved it if it was on target or inside the post, but excellent effort nonetheless.
Gundogan. Origi's down as Manchester City run away with Kyle Walker on the ball. Brilliantly timed. Through pass to Sterling. And Sterling then gets his feet in a real mess. What a chance for City. Well, could have scored, could have passed. City should have scored.
I think that's exactly what happened. He thought about the pass. I'm sure that Kyle Walker is screaming at him to get the pass to be received to him, but in the end he did nothing.
And in the meantime, Divock Origi's still in a heap.
It was a fair challenge, I felt. Won the ball, and then it frees him up a bit of space. Gets away from Robertson, away from Jordan Henderson. He looked onside. And you say, he's looking actually to make the pass. Walker's screaming at him. That's exactly what happened.
You know, I think he tries to pass. He has a good look up.
Yeah, you can see Walker clearly.
Look at this here.
Yeah.
He's tried to pass.
And then I think he sees Virgil van Dijk getting back across him. Gets into his eye line, so he doesn't want to make the pass. In the end, he did nothing. In that position, he has to just go and finish.
Was it a foul? Yeah, I think it maybe was.
Yeah, it was. Come through him. Ball and man. It's a foul, yes, it is. Initially, I didn't think that, but it certainly was a foul on Origi.
Henderson. Salah. Salah's had a go, and Claudio Bravo had to make the save. It's a good save. That was travelling.
Very good save. I think it took a slight deflection off Zinchenko as well, as Salah's looking to get the strike away on his left foot.
Matip. Salah. Zinchenko was never going to get around him to get to the ball there.
Just got to hold your ground as a fullback there. You cannot be going to try and nick that away from Mo Salah. He's so strong in that position, Salah, using his body brilliantly. It's a clear foul.
Henderson or Salah. It's going to be Jordan Henderson. He's put it into the right place. It's come to Virgil van Dijk, and there's Matip to score. And it really was as easy as that. The team that scored more headed goals in the Premier League than any other last season have got another one. And it is 1-1 at Wembley, and it's been coming since half-time.
It's a very similar goal to the one which Manchester City scored early on. Well-driven ball in from Jordan Henderson, but this is class from Van Dijk. He knows with the angle that he's at, he cannot score, and he just caresses the ball back across the 6-yard box. Otamendi's all over Firmino there. Matip arriving in behind with a simple task. Head it down, you score, does everything right. Claudio Bravo, no chance, but it's a really well-worked goal, particularly with the skill from Virgil van Dijk at the far post.
Matip, the scorer of Liverpool's equalising goal. Van Dijk. Awkward for Gomez. Did what he could, but all he could do was give the ball to City. Here's Zinchenko.
We've seen that pass from Virgil van Dijk so often. Left to right, diagonal ball.
Claudio Bravo with a misplaced clearance. Otamendi. Wijnaldum. Shaqiri. Lallana. Misses out Salah, beaten clear by Claudio Bravo. It was Keita's shot that was goal-bound.
Brilliant from Liverpool again, excellent movement. Ahead of the ball, as we're saying, it's been a key to Liverpool's success in the second half. There's been more options for the Liverpool players. I think that's a comfortable enough save. Naby Keita just couldn't keep the ball down.
Robertson. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Wijnaldum. There's a confidence and a crispness about Liverpool now. Gomez. Stones went to go for it, brought down by Oxlade-Chamberlain and cleared by Bernardo Silva. And Van Dijk has got the better of Jesus. Now that came off Martin Atkinson, so he's got to stop the play. Another one of the new guidelines this season. If the ball comes off the referee, and a promising attack develops as a result of that, then he has to stop the play. That's how the play will restart in those situations. It will be a non-contested drop ball. Attacking team or team that touched it last will keep it. Champions of Europe, as Liverpool supporters are singing, are on top of this game now. But we're heading to penalties unless either team can find a winner. Shaqiri couldn't find the ball. Gundogan. De Bruyne. 4 to aim for. Plenty more to beat. De Bruyne in. Coolly cleared by Gomez to Shaqiri. Lallana. Salah. Salah's drive, big deflection on that. Onto the roof of the net, Liverpool corner. Liverpool going all out to win the Shield.
Yeah, how often have we seen that from Mo Salah today? Driving onto his left foot, forcing Zinchenko back into the penalty area. Deflection nearly deceived Claudio Bravo. He's approaching double figures for strikes at that goal today, Mo Salah.
Shaqiri didn't get it into the thick of it. Bernardo Silva. That's Gomez, and that's cut out nicely by Zinchenko. Given away by Gundogan. Here's Salah. Salah straight at Claudio Bravo again.
The strike on target from Salah. No real power though. Bravo in a good position.
We're getting an open, entertaining end to the action. Rodri. City have barely laid a glove on Liverpool in this second half.
No, they've been disappointing. The chance for Sterling, which probably would have been pulled back in any case. So Liverpool totally dominant throughout this second 45 minutes.
Rodri made to hurry and hurried out of it, and here's Salah, and Claudio Bravo is there to meet him and get the ball away.
Sloppy, isn't it? Loose first touch from Rodri. Had to hit it early. It's actually forced into taking the strike on early by Claudio Bravo's decision to come off the line. Very, very good goalkeeping.
What's going on here between Guardiola and Klopp? Yes, you are the words from Pep Guardiola towards the middle as well. Looks as though he's directing them towards the referee. Now a chat, if you call it that, with Jordan Henderson. Are we sure this has the definition in the FA rule book as a friendly? There's not much of that around. Sterling won't reach that, not in front of the switched-on Gomez.
Yeah, Gomez was excellent. Didn't want to let Raheem Sterling get a march on him and create a little yard of space between the two.
Sterling. He's kept the ball really nicely and takes the scenic route. Robertson got in the way. City now look as though they might be best placed to win the game late.
Well, that's the goal. Matip totally free.
Now here's Salah, and Claudio Bravo is having to scuttle back quickly. Blocked by Stone, Salah again! What a clearance that is! What a clearance from Kyle Walker. Circus acrobatic stuff.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant from Kyle Walker. He should have had a hat-trick today, Mo Salah. Another big chance. Kyle Walker doing everything right, getting back to protect his goalkeeper. Looked in, what a clearance. That's magnificent.
And as that's shown on the big screen, there's a buzz around the Manchester City fans to applaud the heroics of their fullback. This game last decided on penalties just 2 years ago. It was when Arsenal beat Chelsea. We aren't there yet, though, because this is Lallana. And he's managed to find Salah. And now Shaqiri! Down goes Claudio Bravo. Might not be his last save of the day. Might have a few more from 12 yards shortly. Might have one more before the full-time whistle is heard.
Yeah, the angle's probably against him. Great anticipation from Adam Lallana. Good way to pass from Mo Salah. He said on the left foot there, it's a difficult one to try to get back across Claudio Bravo.
And that will do it for the 90 minutes, plus a little bit more at Wembley. And there's an embrace and a brief discussion between Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp, who are friends again, the smiles back on their faces. And now they'll settle back, issue a few words, and watch their teams try to win the Community Shield via a penalty shootout. The penalties are going to be taken at the Liverpool end of the ground today. That's how the toss has gone. Xherdan Shaqiri against Claudio Bravo. No contest.
Excellent start for Liverpool. Waits for Claudio Bravo to dive to his right-hand side, effortlessly into the far corner. Really good penalty from Shaqiri.
Now here will come Ilkay Gundogan, who has missed in a shootout this pre-season. That was against Wolves in Shanghai. What a cool kick that is from Ilkay Gundogan. The noise that was coming from behind that goal made not one jot of difference to him. Dutch international Gini Wijnaldum is up next. Saved by Claudio Bravo. He gestured to Wijnaldum to go the other way. Double bluff, fine save. Not a great penalty.
Yeah, it wasn't a great penalty.
Bernardo Silva scores, and Manchester City have the advantage. 2-1 after 2.
Never in doubt, was it really? And the City penalty, sending the goalkeeper the wrong way.
Adam Lallana had his effort saved by Willy Caballero in the League Cup final, February 2016. Another City deputy keeper in his way now, Claudio Bravo. can't get to that. Very neatly tucked home.
It's calmness, wasn't it? Bravo can't get down to it. The power beats him as well. The ball's beyond him before he's getting down towards the ball.
Third in line, the Stockport Iniesta. 19 years old, Phil Foden. And Phil Foden scores. Nerves of steel. He put it away with aplomb. Experience beyond his years. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain continues his comeback from that horrible cruciate injury. And he continues it by smashing his penalty into the roof.
Yeah, waiting for Bravo, isn't he, to go down? That's a brilliant penalty. Not stopping that.
I'd say that's the first one that is pretty much unsavable.
Yeah.
Alexander Zinchenko now steps up to the mark for Manchester City. And he has just enough power in his left foot to beat Alisson. Only just enough.
Gets two hands on it, doesn't he? Right across. I think he should be saving that.
Mo Salah has waited until the tail end of the queue of 5, and he has to score, otherwise it's Manchester City's Community Shield again. And Salah does score.
Opened his body up, power, isn't it, again? The ball's beyond Claudio Bravo before he really has time to react. Excellent penalty.
Who do you want to win the game? Well, a centre-forward wearing number 9 might be pretty close to top of the list. That's what Gabriel Jesus will try to do for Manchester City now. 2 Brazilian internationals, and Gabriel Jesus does the job. Manchester City can celebrate getting their hands on the Community Shield again. It's another one for the cabinet. They've started this season as they begun last season's record-breaking season. Company has gone, but Manchester City have another long-serving winner as their leader and captain now. And David Silva wants to share the lifting of the Community Shield with Sergio Aguero. As in 2018, so in 2019, Manchester City have started the season by lifting the Community Shield.
Carl, well done. So Manchester City pick up the Community Shield again. How do you reflect on that today?
You know, I thought it was quite evenly matched first half, and they probably edged it second half, but we've been working on a lot of defensive shape this week leading up to the game, and I think it showed out there. You know, we stuck together as a team and we weathered the storm really, and Claudio with his penalty record it's incredible, so I felt confident.
There's a chance Liverpool could have snuck it right at the end today. If it wasn't for that clearance from you, I think you made up about 30 yards in about 2 seconds. I mean, that was incredible.
Yeah, I'm 29 now, I'm one of the oldest in the team, so I still try and keep these young pups on the toes.
Are the players talking about winning a third consecutive Premier League title?
You know, last season we didn't really speak about it. I think as players we know what we have to go and do week in, week out, and we expect and we set the bar so high that, you know, if we fall below that, we'll all get on each other's back. So we just take each game as it comes, each competition as it comes, and what will be, but since I've been here it's been winners.
I think the first half was good. They had 1 or 2 chances with Salah with the counter-attacks, but they didn't finish in the goal. But I think the first half, and we had 2 incredibles with the post and with Raheem Sterling to do the second 2-0 in this kind of games against these kind of rivals. This kind of chances we have to score, if not always complicated, because you know the set pieces they are so strong, good takers. And always you are, you know, in that position. But the guys suffer a lot, and we made back-to-back to Community Shield, so it's nice.
Bit unlucky, because I think especially second half, we were in charge of the game. We were full of power, the boys. But, wow, it was really good performance. First half, of course, difficult. You can play a lot of games when you play Man City. Everything is different because they do what they do, pretty consistent, and with the highest quality you can do it. So, but even there we had already chances. But half time it was clear if we can change 2 little things when they have the ball or when in our build-up, that will help us a lot, positioning-wise, and the boys did well. So we put them really under pressure, and it was a proper fight. Yesterday I saw Bayern Dortmund and thought, wow, what intensity! And now I saw this game. It's incredible, but both teams through on the pitch was really outstanding, and so congratulations to City that they won it. But they know with penalties it's a bit lucky. Well, that's how it is. We could have finished it off in the second half, didn't do it. That's how it is. Let's go on.
So well done then to Manchester City, who pick up the Community Shield for a second consecutive season. Kevin Kilban, as you can see, has joined us down from the commentary box alongside Dion Dublin, who was on radio duties today. What a game that was, Dion, at the end of not just the 90, but the drama of the penalties.
Yeah, it wasn't a game I was expecting. I wasn't expecting it to be as lively as it was. There was tackles flying in. There was, you know, both teams really wanted this first bit of silverware for the season. Both managers wanted it, both animated on the sideline as well, which was good to see. So, yeah, a real sort of we want to win this sort of feeling today. It's good.
And I think that the needle that was in the game helped. I certainly do think that. There was needle at the start of the game. I think there's real rivalry growing between these two teams now as well. I think that can only be good for the rest of the season as well. And I think the way that the game shaped up, City certainly better in the first half, better of the two, deservedly went in front. But Liverpool, second half performance, I thought they were excellent. And I think both managers will take a lot from it, of course, City winning it. But I think Jurgen Klopp will be delighted with the response he got in that second half from his team.
So who will be the happier manager if both will take some encouragement from it?
I would say Klopp maybe. I think because whatever he said at half time, he got a response from his players, and the amount of chances that they created. Yes, they didn't put them away. Their finishing was off par, as was City's. But if they can create chances like that during the Premier League, they'll score a lot of goals.
Raheem Sterling got City up and running after, what, just 12 minutes?
Yeah.
He had a phenomenal season last time, 17 goals, 10 assists. For him to get even better, he's got to build on that goal, isn't he?
Yeah, yes, of course he does. I mean, his last couple of seasons, or his last 3 or 4 seasons, he's got better and better and better. Can he go on to the next level now? Can he go on seriously get the numbers of a Messi or a Ronaldo, 40 goals a season? That's maybe he's got to be his goal now. But I think he got himself into the right area. Played as a number 9 today before Jesus came onto the pitch. And I think that's where we've seen him play in the past, but today getting in goal-scoring positions, and it was a good finish from him, yeah.
City caught Liverpool out cold, and that seems to have been a bit of a recurring theme during this pre-season. How much of a concern will that be for Jurgen Klopp?
I don't think it'll be a concern. First game of the season, this is, you know, all the players are finding their legs, they're finding their form, they've got to get used to the pace of the game again. I don't even think either of these sides were even in 4th gear today. They're in 3rd gear. If there was a 3.5 gear, they could have been in that at stages. But there's so much more to come. There's better play to come, better finishing to come. And I think both managers will be happy with performances. Obviously, silverware's gone Pep's way, but performances were good.
Kevin, you mentioned to me a little earlier, you thought the fullbacks actually struggled for Liverpool. Who were their standouts last season?
Yeah, I just think, I think maybe as a unit, Liverpool struggled in the first half. That was the thing. Watching them, I don't think they look quite... I think the distances between Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez as a centre-half pairing was a little bit too great at times. And I think that's what maybe affected Liverpool in the first half. That's certainly where the goal came from. It was a really good overlapping run from Zinchenko, putting it back across the goal. And Liverpool got caught out with that. So they did struggle defensively anyway. And I think that'll only improve.
Yeah, and because Trent Alexander knows Raheem Sterling, he's thinking, right, we know he's quick. Gomez knows Sterling, he's thinking, well, I've got to cover me full-back. And Killer's absolutely spot on. Therefore, creating that gap, spaces in between the defence, you don't really want that, not when you're playing against City with their movement.
Yeah, as you both previously mentioned, Liverpool much better, weren't they, in the second half? They certainly pressed City higher up the pitch, and they got their goal that their play deserved through Joel Matip. He finished that quite well in the end.
Yeah, the finish was the easy bit. Yeah, the Van Dijk sort of calmness on the far post, and it bounces in front of him, he's at the far post, he can't shoot for goal, takes it on his chest, opens his body out and just lifts it back into an area where you hope one of your players is going to be, and Matip's there to finish it. Brilliant composed centre-half play.
Matip didn't start the game alongside Virgil van Dijk, and this is one of the, I suppose, questions that Jurgen Klopp's going to have to answer come Norwich on Friday and for the start of the season. Who does he start with as that centre-back partnership? Because Joe Gomez is the long-term answer, as everybody says, but Matip did end the season strongly.
Yeah, it probably was interesting that Jurgen Klopp selecting that back four, maybe with Alisson as well. You'd probably say that would maybe be Jurgen Klopp's best back five. I would imagine that's the way he's going to go forward. But Liverpool looked so good last season defensively with Matip and Van Dijk as that partnership. Can they build on that? I mean, I think they actually looked a lot better when Matip came on and he played centre-half alongside Van Dijk. I think they looked more solid. I think playing Gomez as a right-back where he tended to drift out towards, I was saying earlier on, where Trent Alexander-Arnold was positioned. So Liverpool looked a lot more solid. But without Trent Alexander-Arnold in the side, they don't have that real creative force going forward, that real threat.
With Van Dijk being there, it makes Matip a better player. Matip plays better with Van Dijk. Matip and Gomez, I think, would be all over the place, in my opinion. Van Dijk's the key. He makes sure that Matip does his job. Defend first, play afterwards. Gomez, is learning off Van Dijk, and he'll get better and better. And like you say, he is the long-term answer.
Then came the drama of the penalties, of course, and then at that point it was anybody's game. We did see a debutant today for City, Rodri, their club record signing.
Yeah.
How did he equip himself?
Do you know what? First off, I think he looked very good. He got pressed early on. I think it was from Firmino that pressed him, put him under a bit of pressure. He looked a little bit rattled early on, but then he settled into the game really well. 1 and 2 touch passing, kept the ball well. But I think that was largely down to Liverpool, the way that they played. I think Liverpool were too passive in the first half. I think they sat off off City a little bit too much.
Yeah.
But second half, when they pressed, I thought Rodri looked a little bit rattled second half. And he struggled at times. He looked to me like he's got another gear to get into yet.
Yeah, I believe that if he can get his touch better second half, like Killer said, he was under a little bit more pressure and then started to give the ball away.
Yeah.
Can't afford to do that in the Premier League. You will get, preyed upon.
Yeah. You were a defender in a former life.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
And a forward, slash centre
I know
forward.
that. But look, I need you both to tell me about Kyle Walker's goal line clearance. How good was that?
First and foremost, I don't know how he got there, because he sprinted about 30, 40 yards to get there, and he was at full tilt when he decided to overhead kick a ball at eye height over his head and then land in the back of the net. That's just outstanding.
It was incredible. He's gone for the Dion Dublin haircut, hasn't he? That's what I've inspired.
That's made him quicker.
Now.
He's now got my pace.
But you know what? It was, Mo Salah today could have had 3 goals quite easily, and he should have probably done better. But the reaction from Kyle Walker was nothing short of magnificent. To get back, and the athleticism as well to get up and clear it, it was tremendous, yeah.
And we saw, I suppose, in the end, there's nothing between these sides, just like last season. So do you expect City and Liverpool to dominate the title race again?
They're obviously going to be there or thereabouts again. Their squads are strong. The managers are passionate to make sure they get more silverware. But there's other teams in this Premier League that will have something to say. Spurs, they'll be stronger. Chelsea will be stronger. United have got to do something sooner or later. So they'll be there or thereabouts. But if there's competitions to be had, these two will be right towards the end of them.
Kevin? I looked to that second game for Man City against Tottenham. I think that will be a difficult one for them. Tottenham, they've got players that are all rested across this summer, whereas last season they didn't. So that's the only real test for Man City in the first 10, 12 games, I think it is. But I do think those two, I think Liverpool and City will dominate the Premier League this season and will finish 1 and 2, yeah.
I think Liverpool play in their first 12 games, they play all of what we would call the top 6, where I think City only plays Spurs. So that's going to be a chance for Liverpool to get some points on the board early.
Yeah. OK, gents, for now, thanks very much indeed. All this, though, of course, is the precursor to the main event, because the new Premier League season is just 5 days away.
If you'd like to avoid tonight,
results look away now.
Oh my goodness! That is a wonder strike!
match of the day is all you need to know.
All you need to know. Perfection!
Every single game, match of the day is very entertaining.
What a strike! What a goal!
Match of the day is 100% quality football.
That is brilliant! What a finish!
I think it's good. You're always happy. Watching just the best bits. Match
of the day is back. Oh, we are so happy.
It's back. Saturday, 10:30 on BBC One and BBC iPlayer.
So the Beebs coverage of the new Premier League season swings into full gear from Friday. 5 Live with full match commentary of Liverpool against Norwich. On the Saturday, Football Focus is back from midday. Join Dan Walker with Alex Scott and new signing Micah Richards. Final score back on your screens from 4 with Jason Mohammed in the hot seat, with Match of the Day back with Gary at 10:30. And then on Sunday, Match of the Day 2 with Jason once again in the hot seat for that, with highlights of Manchester United against Chelsea, Newcastle against Arsenal and Leicester v Wolves. And that's your lot from Wembley Stadium. Thanks to my guests, Dion Dublin and Kevin Kilban, as Manchester City pick up the Community Shield for a 2nd consecutive season. If the drama of today's got anything to go by, we could be in for a real treat for the new Premier League season ahead. Bye for now.
It is the 97th playing of the contest that gets the big winners of the last season into their new campaigns. It's good to be back. Here's Sterling, and Sterling scores. Salah shot off the post, and there's Matip to score, and it really was as easy as that. What a clearance that is. Gabriel Jesus does the job. It's another one for the cabinet.